How's everybody doing? Uh, just thought I'd hop on here. It's the night before the opening day of squirrel season here in Pennsylvania, so we're looking forward to that. Tomorrow we're going to go out and try and get a few. See how that goes. Just hanging out for the time being. Gonna put out a trail camera tomorrow as well. Maybe we can get some coyotes on video. We'll see. I don't know. There appeared to be some coyote tracks in the area, so hopefully we can get some on video, and hopefully that results in a catch. Coyote season, trapping season comes in the end of October. We're gonna set up some spots. Hopefully we catch some fox and coyote. That'd be the ideal situation. If you're not subscribed and that's something that you'd be interested in seeing, feel free to subscribe if you're watching this. Got a lot of stuff to do before then. But we will see. The location that I'm going to be putting this trail camera out, it's probably a good spot, I would think. We got I suppose I could try and draw it if I had a pencil here. I don't. But we have like a square of property, and down the one edge there's a gas well road that cuts in. Along the gas well road there's a couple fields, and then it cuts into a big woods, and stuff can travel through there. So that's where we're going to put our trail camera tomorrow. And hopefully we run into some squirrels, like I said. But yeah, not really doing it for deer. We're looking for coyotes. So hopefully we can get some on camera. If I do manage to get some on camera, I'll definitely post that to the channel. But we will see what happens. So that's the big things for this weekend. Go out and get the trail camera set up, do some squirrel hunting. It's going to be a good time. Of course, that's all tomorrow, which I'll probably film a video and post that of all of that. Put my camera out and my thought process behind the camera and the hunt. Hello, Noah. How's it going? Why what? Why am I asking you how it's going? Just curious. Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah, autocorrect is great, isn't it? Yeah, I'm doing real good. I don't know if you heard what I was talking about, but I gotta go out. I'm gonna put a trail camera up tomorrow and do some squirrel hunting, and so life's good. Thanks, man. Yeah, I Anymore, it's not so much luck. I've been doing this for a long time, so I know where to go. It's if you I don't know if you hunt squirrels in the east, our tree populations, you'll find nut trees, but usually they're in big clumps. Like there'll be a whole bunch of them in one spot, and then it's real sparse, and it just sucks all the squirrels in. And they're in those nut trees, and they're along the cornfields. If you can find a cornfield that has good corn right now, all the field corn that people plant for their cows and stuff, it's still in like the milky stage, so it's not real good squirrel food yet. But you get towards the end of October or mid to end of October, those cornfields start heating up with the squirrels. But right now, the plan for tomorrow is we're going to go where the nut trees are and sit and wait. Uh, your best bet when the leaves are on like this is to catch them while they're going up and down trees to get nuts and shooting them off the trees. Or occasionally they'll be on the ground moving to a new tree. But usually, a lot of times, they're up above, they're in the canopy of the tree, and with all these leaves on right now, you're just, unless you have a shotgun, it's really tough. But I'm not going to be taking a shotgun tomorrow. I'll be taking my 22 rifle and 22 revolver, and that's what we're going to do. I was thinking about taking my bow, because I haven't gotten a squirrel with my bow, but I also haven't really practiced with it much, so probably not going to do that. How's everybody else doing this evening? Hi, Terrell. How's it going? I think that's how I hope I pronounced that right. Just got off work. Well, thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, I had a long day today myself. Had to move. Well, I'm a maintenance guy, so I don't really talk about what I do for work on here. I look like a Trump. I don't talk politics here on my YouTube channel. There's lots of YouTube channels to talk politics. I don't discuss that or religion on my YouTube channel. This is all outdoor related stuff. But yeah, vote for whoever you're going to vote for. Just do it consciously. That's I don't know what ILY means. Oh, that's a cool place to work. CCI Spear. That's a real cool place to work. If it's the CCI Spear I'm thinking it is. All I'll say as far as what I do for work, I'm a maintenance technician at a place that builds accessories for machine tools, and we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I figured it was the ammunition manufacturer. That's awesome. I'm a big fan. Definitely like a big fan. Your rimfire ammo, good stuff. You work with the explosive side, making primers. That's neat. The whole process is neat to me. I don't reload or anything. I mean, I have in the past. I've done a little tiny bit with my dad's press and stuff, but the whole process is interesting to me. Yeah, I bet it's never dull. Uh, Got to be careful with that stuff, you know. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. Um, uh, it was national news. Oh, I don't know. It was back in like February or something. There was a explosion at a chemical manufacturer, like I don't know, 5 6 miles from where I live, and I was fishing about 4 miles away from where this explosion happened, and it was so loud. It sounded like it was like uh, I don't know, a couple hundred yards away. It sounded like there was a massive like a tractor trailer got into an accident when this place exploded. Fortunately, nobody was killed. Uh, there was some pretty significant injuries to some of the factory workers, which that's unfortunate. But yeah, you got to be careful around that stuff. It's dangerous. I was actually like I wasn't even thinking about it, but like 2 minutes after it happened, I was live streaming while I was fishing. This guy comes up, he's like, "Oh, this place just blew up." I was like, "What?" Didn't. That's what that was. Yeah, that's awful. Uh, yeah, that's just horrible. A whole truckload of shotgun shells going off. That's, you know, everybody that's shot a shotgun knows what happens when one goes off, but a whole truckload of them, that's not good. Fortunately, where I work, we're 980 something days without a lost time accident. I think might even be it might be get we might be getting to 1,000. So pretty low risk environment where I work. 567. That's good. Day's safe. Yeah, every day that's safe is a good day. If you're in manufacturing, because it's not the safest environment sometimes. Doesn't really matter what you're manufacturing. We don't deal with any explosives at all. Actually, I think the last lost time accident we had was somebody was messing with a mouse that was in a mouse trap and got bit. But well, now now I'm in charge of the mouse traps. Yeah, rat traps hurt. They're made to kill small rodents. They don't mess around. This person didn't get caught in the trap. They actually got bit by a mouse. Uh, Trap didn't kill the mouse, and they got bit, and that ruined our lost time accident record. Can't. Got to use your head. Yeah, F you. Well, that's just not nice. What did I do to you, Castile? Thanks, Zach. Appreciate that. Yeah, I like fishing. I fish and I hunt and I trap. If you don't like that, you can go somewhere else. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? Shut off, you little shitbag. Huh, guess what? Bye. We just don't have time for that. Not, I don't know why people hate fishermen. I don't get it at all. But if you're gonna come here to troll, we're just a group of, like, when I have these live things. Have I killed a deer? Yeah, yeah, I've shot some deer in my life. Uh, I'm not, I'm not like a big. I don't really hunt for antlers. I can show you. Actually, I can show you a couple deer that I've shot. Uh, that's the first buck I ever killed. It's a little 8-point. Do I have a second? Oh yeah, got another one over here. Another little 8-point. I've only ever shot like 3 bucks in my life, but lots of does. I mostly meat hunt, so the antlers aren't a big thing. And I've gotten a bear before too. Yeah, Zach, I think this year is going to be really good for deer hunting in our area. We have a really good population. About 3 weeks ago, I went over to the American Legion nearby my home, and on my way back home, I was like, oh, I'll just take a little drive through some fields and stuff and just see what's around. I saw 5 legal bucks in one field, not very far from my house. Of course, it's all private property and stuff, but those deer get pushed around. If you're in the right place at the right time, you can get a shot at one. But I do think this year, I think we're going to be in for a good season. I was just saying at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to be putting a game cam out tomorrow. Not for deer, but I'll probably get lots of deer on it. The Gaswell Road, you know where I'm talking about, Zach. I'm going to put a game camera on that. There was some coyote tracks on it. We're going to see if we can't get some video of some coyotes moving through. Or, of course, last year there was that pair of gray fox in there, and I managed to get one of them. The other one, which I assume was the female, she's probably still around, unless coyotes killed her. Because I didn't hear anybody in the local area getting a gray fox. And they don't have the biggest home range, but I know that coyotes are within their home range, so hopefully she survived and had a litter this spring. The craziest thing I ever saw on a trail camera is a deer that looked like a unicorn. The horn was not straight, still curvy, had 6 points on it. That's goofy, man. If it had 6 points on it, it would be legal where I'm at to shoot that deer, which that's a cool deer. But yeah, it would definitely be interesting to see that. Trying to think of what the coolest thing I've gotten on a game camera is. I've gotten bears before. That doesn't happen very often. You tried hunting in that area? I would too, man. Yeah, That's my luck too. I could go spotting the night before. I could go spotting the night before season and see bucks. I like I said, I'm not much of a deer hunter as far as the antlers go. Uh, I have bad luck with bucks, man. I know lots of people have shot piles of bucks. I know all kinds of people that have shot big bucks. Uh, I've killed 3, and they were all little Kaycee 8 points. One of them was a 7 point. That's out in the garage. But yeah, I would like just once to shoot a big one. I think that would be cool. I finally brought my fish home after it's been like 4 years. Oh, Idaho, cool. I've hunted Idaho before. I hunted the panhandle of Idaho along the Coeur d'Alene River for black bears, and I actually shot one. Give me a second, I'll get the skull. Yeah, September 2021, I got this bear. I'm trying to think of the name of the town that, like, the night I shot the bear, we stopped at the bar, and I saw moose out there. I would love to shoot a moose. Yeah, they're cool. But the coolest thing, like, getting that bear was awesome. In my state, I live in Pennsylvania. It's really hard to kill a bear. I mean, there's guys that have hunted bears here for 35 years and have yet to get a shot at one. But out there, I saw 4 bears, and the one I shot was actually a chocolate phase. Here, I got the hide here. But yeah, not a giant, but cool color. But I'm trying to think of the name of the town that we stopped in and had a couple beers. It started with a K, I think. But yeah, I was out there. I did some grouse hunting with a slingshot. We can't do that here. A year before I went out to Idaho to hunt bear, I heard that you could hunt ruffed grouse with a slingshot in Idaho. No, not Kendrick. I was in the Panhandle, real close to the Montana border. But I'd heard that you could hunt the grouse with the slingshot. So I went and bought a slingshot. I practiced like crazy for a year. And I went out there and I got 2 grouse with the slingshot too. That was pretty neat. Idaho's cool. I love it. That whole region, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, just incredible scenery, and the mountains, just awesome stuff. Yeah, traditional bow, that's cool. Where I live, we have ruffed grouse. It's our state bird, but they're in like severe decline. We just don't like. I've killed 4 grouse in my life. 2 of them were in Idaho, and 2 of them were in Pennsylvania. And I've hunted Pennsylvania for grouse countless times. You're lucky to hear one, let alone get a shot. But that wasn't the case when I was out there in 2021 in Idaho. There was grouse everywhere. It was awesome. And you guys have the gray color phase. Ours are red. which you can see. Our grouse, they have the red tail feathers. But yeah, to get one with a bow would be sweet. I went on a hunting trip with my buddy in Topeka, Kansas. We were sitting in a blind, small buck rolls up. He takes aim. I say, "What are you doing? That's a baby." He says, "That's a full-grown deer here." And then you Googled the Idaho deer and his jaw drops. Yeah, we have in Pennsylvania, we have really big-bodied deer too. I don't know how many Boone and Crockett's we have from our state, but there's quite a few. In the recent past, like within the past 20 years, I think, somewhere in there, they introduced an antler restriction here. So in my part of the state, I can only shoot a deer if, not counting the brow tine, it has to have 3 points above the brow tine, and then it's a legal deer. It doesn't matter if it's got one antler and there's a brow tine and 3 points on it, I can shoot it. But it just has to have one antler with 3 points sticking up, not counting the brow tine. And that dramatically improved our bucks. Like, there were so many yearlings getting shot that it just wasn't even funny. Now they get an opportunity to actually mature a little bit. But around here, deer don't live to 5 years old. They just don't. They don't make it. Between the cars and I think there's 14 hunters per square mile during our deer firearms season. Hey Sam, how's it going? But you guys have mule deer too, which is cool. We just have whitetails. We have some elk, but it's real hard to get a tag. My dad made a 14-point antler. This company he brings over. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Sam. You're a 14-point antler. Like, one antler had 14 points on it? That's crazy. I have a cousin that killed, he'd be like second or third cousin. Oh, super glue and hacksaw. That's all he made. I get what, I didn't understand what you were saying. I understand now. That's cool. I have a cousin that it was like a third cousin maybe or something. He's a little bit distantly related. He shot a 16 point, and that was the talk of the town. For some time. That was a big deal. For a bit. But yeah, anybody kills something around here that's got more than 10 points on it, people are going to find out. They're going to hear about that. It's actually interesting if you look up the history of deer here. Free beer and speakeasy. If you look up the history of the deer here in PA, actually our deer, at one time we didn't have any deer. Humans killed them all off. That was before we had a game commission and stuff and regulated hunting. We imported deer from Michigan and turned them loose. So all the deer here they at least have they're mostly Michigan DNA. our deer here in Pennsylvania. Ireland doesn't have any snakes either. Yeah. Nope, no snakes in Ireland. Yeah, actually, it's funny that you met like a whole bunch of our game animals have like DNA from other states. At one time in Pennsylvania, we had a robust elk population. All those elk are dead. They've been dead forever. All the elk that are in Pennsylvania now are Rocky Mountain elk, so they were imported. I don't know about black bears. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we've had I'm pretty sure our bears. I don't think we imported any bears. Wild turkeys. Those are imports. The whitetail deer. Those are imports. But yeah, at one time we didn't have big game. We're lucky we have what we have now. I even think at one time there was moose here, if I'm not mistaken. But that would have been a very long time ago, relatively speaking. We also only have one. We have one native trout species. That guy, the brook trout. That's it. Which isn't a trout; it's a char. But we won't get that specific. Now, if they could figure out how to get our quail back, the bobwhite quail. I haven't seen a bobwhite quail since I was a little kid. That's something I always wanted to hunt that because they're a cool bird and I imagine they taste pretty good. But I haven't seen one and I'm 33. Yeah, 33. I haven't seen one since I was probably about 8 years old. Zach, don't feel too bad because I caught my first trout in Wyoming when I went to Yellowstone as a kid. And then I didn't catch another one until I went to Yellowstone when I was like 9 or 10 years old. And I didn't catch another one until I was 14 or 15. If we get good ice, we'll go to 2 Mile and try and catch some through the ice. That seems to be a pretty good tactic down there. Wait till the ice comes on and then go out there in that shallow water and jig for them. Next time I visit Idaho, go to the Elk River. Yeah, I should do that. I fished a little bit while I was out there, and I had a bite, and I assume it was probably a cutthroat trout, but I didn't hook up. That's a bucket list fish for me is the cutthroat. I've caught almost everything in Pennsylvania at one point or another, but we don't have cutthroat trout. I smell a skunk. There's probably one in my yard. He was out there last night, and if I catch him out there tonight, it's not going to go good for him because I need one for lure. I use natural looking rubber salmon eggs when I go fishing because I'm lazy. The fish will try to peck it off but can't and strikes the line every time. I'm kind of a lazy fisherman too. I use a lot of spinners, but when it comes to trout, I switch it up constantly. We're just fishing for stocked trout here, which are stupid. You could probably cut a piece of this shirt off and thread it on a hook and chuck it out there and mess around with your rod and catch one. Zach just has bad luck with trout, but he's caught a lot of fish on my channel, anyways. But I am gonna cut this. I am gonna head out. I gotta get my vest ready and get all my firearms together for tomorrow's squirrel season. So you guys have a good one, and if you're not subscribed, consider doing so, and look forward to a squirrel hunting video, and I might even film putting my trail camera out tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. You guys have a good one. I'm out.